Hi guys, hope you're well. I had some time today and I thought that I'd do a now spinning series video. So, this is the kind of video where I show some of the things that I've pulled out of my shelves and I've been listening, and they are not necessarily new vinyl purchases. So, you can ignore this video if you want. Yeah, it's fine. Anyway. Yeah, I was sitting here spinning this album, Lard Free, which I had in my stack of sort of now plain kind of thing, and it's Gilbert Artman's Lard Free. Came out in 1973. Yes, 1973, and Gilbert Artman is a saxophonist. He went on to create Urban Sax, which is a very interesting band, and this is just like sort of krautrock, progressive, almost post-punk by accident, I guess, because it came out in 1973. This is a reissue from Wawa from 2010. Originals go for a bit of money, and it's a really good way to get hold of these amazing albums, really. Yeah, fantastic. You have to check it out. Gilbert Artman, Lard Free, just killer stuff. So yeah, speaking of accidental post-punk, I was pinning some of my CDs, and yeah, I had these CDs. These are the Wire CDs, the first 3 albums. I bought them like in 2006 when I didn't have any physical music with me at the time, and I wanted to build a collection because that's what I do. I like owning music, and I didn't want to necessarily go into vinyl again because I didn't have any turntable at the time. So I found these for £5 each or something cheap as that, and I was like, you know what, I want to have them. Although I do have the albums back home. So it's Chairs Missing, 154, and Pink Flag. Now, these are all classics. I mean, I don't think that they require an introduction or, me saying that is really good. Let me flip the side. Go. So yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, they don't need any introduction, really. They're just pure like classic punk, post-punk, whatever you want to call it. Well, the one that is most revered and people talk it up from this 3 LP set, if you like, is 154, but my favorite by far, I think, is Pink Flag, because it has more punk elements to it, and actually it's in the CD right now, so it's really funny because it has this blurb here, and it's quite amusing. It says, thank you for buying this music and supporting the artist. Please remember that this recording and artwork are protected by copyright law. And don't share it, and do naughty things like that, which is just, yeah, I think that they gave up doing that kind of thing. They sound really good as well, like the original masters, whatever, and yeah, they sound really good. I'm quite happy to have them, and I've listened to all 3 of them again, and just Pink Flag just stood out for me again, once more, basically. I also picked up some, not picked up, but picked out some CDs from my CD rack. One is this one. This is a split between Current 93 and Om. You probably are familiar with both bands. This came out in 2007, I want to say, or sometime around then. Let me see. No, 2006. Yeah. So yeah, it came out also on a 10-inch format, which I don't think that is it's hugely expensive to find, although it does have like 2 songs really, and it's the Inerrant Rays of Infallible Sun, Black Ship Shrine Builder. Actually, Shrine Builder became a side project for one of the members. I don't remember who from the two, because there's 2 people. Shrine Builder, which it's alright. It's like a doomy kind of thing. But this, although yeah, Current 93 is not one of my favorite kind of bands, the bit is killer. It's To the Shrine Builder. It's the yeah. That's the name of the song. It's like 10-15 minutes or something like that, and it's just the mesmerizing, you know, doom groove kind of thing that they do. It's fantastic. You have to listen to this. This is amazing. Yeah. Whenever I put that CD on, I just go straight to the bit, and yeah, stay there stunned for like 10 minutes, and then all right, okay, back to reality. Yeah, they do that to me. Another band that this is Comets on Fire. This is their first album. This came out in 2006 as well, and I was playing this, and I was like, yeah, I think I have this back home. I was thinking about it, and I was like, I think I have the vinyl back home. I cannot remember, because I did buy some things like Wire, for example. I have the vinyl, but I bought the CD, and I bought it around the same time, like 2007 or something like that. I was pretty sure I have the vinyl, and for some reason then I started doubting myself, saying that I bought it in 2007, so this came out in 2006, at which time I was here already, so probably I wasn't buying records. So do I have it? I don't know. It is an album that I should have on vinyl, because this is an amazing band, amazing album. It is a side project from Ben Chanzy from 6 Organs of Admittance, who is like kind of psychedelic folk, free folk kind of band, which has evolved in various different ways. The first albums were just like, you know, lo-fi psychedelic acoustic music, and it's just brilliant. I love these albums. And then he did this side project where he's playing like loud guitars, and it's more like traditional psychedelic music, and it's traditional psychedelic music. Where did I come up with that? That is the silliest thing to say ever. But it's more sort of straightforward band, electric guitar kind of thing, and it's really good. Highly recommended. Do check it out. I need to check if I actually have the vinyl of this one. Really good stuff. Do check it out. And that's it for CDs. I was going through a sort of punk phase, you know, listening to Wire and all that. So this is punkier. It's more like indie, I would say. More indie than punk. Came out in Sub Pop. This is the Thermals. The Body, the Blood, the Machine came out in 2006. Yeah, 2006. This is their issue on white vinyl. No, it's not white vinyl. Oh, look, it's this translucent orange vinyl. I've said it before, I'm not a huge fan of color vinyl, but the translucent ones I'm alright with. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So this is indie 2006. They've done like 3-4 albums maybe. A lot of Christian bashing here. This is the theme of the album, really. Very melodic, very upbeat, and really good. I mean, you know, if you like indie music, punkish indie music, then you check this out. This is really good. Bit more straight punk. Well, post-punk. The Fall, this Nation's Saving Grace, this is their first album. This is a reissue, obviously, but yeah, absolute classic. The Four have done so many records. It's just, yeah. Anyway, if you're going to get one, I guess that this is one to get. Their latest albums that came out like in the last 3-4 years are really good as well. I've streamed them. I don't own them, but they're really good, and you know you should get them. Yeah, just the Four, absolute classic. Doesn't, you know, requires no introductions. I mean, you're watching this channel, so you probably know the Four. You don't need to, you know, I don't expect me to tell you what is up. Now this one, I've shown another album from him, and this came out in 2012, 13, or something like that. I think this is a issue. This is The Afflicted Man of Me Ed. This, I think this came out, this is a compilation of his singles, and I think this has been released before, but not entirely sure. Anyway, it's this guy that you see here. He looks like a straightforward punk. The singles that are in this this album came out around 78, 79 or thereabouts. Yeah, very punk looking guy, but the music is more psychedelic than straight punk. So loads of soloing, and it's just really good stuff. I mean, hang on, I'll need to drop this because it's quite good. Yeah, I like the sound of guitars. I'm a guitar guy. I like guitars. I like distortion. I like that kind of thing. So yeah. So problem here is I'm not sure which side is what. So all right. Okay. So this is side A. It starts with underground music. It is punky, isn't it? Yeah, production is not brilliant, but who cares? It's punk, right? Wait until he starts just pounding that guitar. You will understand what I'm talking about. Funny thing is, I don't know what the titles of the songs are because they seem to be just stuff written. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. So yeah. Really good stuff. I was very excited when I got it. I was like, wow, this is amazing. And then I got the other one, which was reissued from Gershon, and it's Speed, the Afflicted Man, Speed and the Afflicted Man. Do I have it here? No. Yeah, I've shown it in other videos, and it's just unbelievably, it's fantastic. This is really good. The other one is just mind-blowingly good. And this guy reminds me of these guys, Cosmic Psychos, Australians. This is the first full length. I think they did an EP before this. This is the first full length. They've kept on going, I think, for up until like the late 90s. I don't know if they're still together. Just potato farmers from Australia, and they play the damnedest good rock and roll music ever. I mean, this is just brilliant, Going Down, No Complications. You have to check out No Complications. This is just amazing, super fantastic, highly recommended. You know, if you like rock and roll, you have to check this out. And speaking of liking rock and roll, this is an album from a guy that really likes rock and roll. This is Timmy's Organism and Raw Sewage Rock. It came out in 2012, out on In the Red. So yeah, this is a. I don't know if you can see it. This is Timmy. He's a bizarre individual. He's a bizarre individual. But this album is mega good. I mean, when I listen to this album, I get the feeling that Timmy is more of a fan than a musician, without wanting to diminish his his musical abilities, because he's quite good at what he does. I'm not saying that he's John Coltrane or anything, but he is enjoying playing rock and roll more than anything in the world. And this is like an album of a celebration of rock and roll, and it's fun, and it's really good fun. I mean, yeah, look at these. Yeah, hang on. I need to do this. I need to do this because it has the lyrics, and I'll read you some of the lyrics now. Look at this guy. Look at these dudes. So, yeah. So these songs are very different to each other, and I think that he does sort of rock and impersonations of other artists in a way. Now, what I'm saying doesn't translate very well of what's happening on this album, but each song has a sort of a different theme. Anyway, I'll read to you this song, "Bouncing Boobies." So give you an indication of the rock and rollness, right? So she had bouncing boobies. Now, where is it? Yeah, she has bouncing boobies when she dances to the Flaming Groovies. I mean, yeah. Yeah, that's Timmy's Organism, and this is Raw Sewage Rock, and he just kills it, man. This is just fantastic. Super highly recommended. Do check this guy out. I mean, it's good fun. He's done a lot of stuff with other bands, so side projects and whatnot, but yeah, I only have this one. For some reason, I need to pick up his other things, but this is amazing. I got this from New York when I went in May last year, and out of all the things that I brought back, which I brought quite a few, I think this one was the best. This one was the one that I enjoyed the most, and yeah. Anyway, classic, absolute classic. Caius, Blues for the Red Sun. I bought this one because I thought that I didn't have this back home, but I actually do. It's the kind of album that is sort of plays well having it on vinyl. It sort of, yeah, it works better, I think, on vinyl than CD. But yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking of selling this because I have an original, so I think it's an original, maybe a repress or whatever, but I have a copy back home, so this is redundant, to be honest. And yeah, but this is a brilliant album. This is a lot heavier. It's less fuzzy. It's like cleaner sounding Caius than there are other albums, but I don't know. I cannot really say which one is my favorite Caius album from the three. This is a second, and there were another two. From numbers 2 to 4, I'm not sure which one I like the most, but because I change over time. I listen to the Circus Leaves Town, which I like for a period, and then I like this one, and then I like the other one. It doesn't matter. Fantastic stuff. Anyway, some black metal, yay! Bestia Arcana. Tane Venon Ectis Avisu. Yes. This album is just, oh my god. It's really funny because you put it on, and I don't know if I've said this before and I sound like a broken record, but you put it on, and you set the volume to an alright kind of level, and you say, well, there's like a lot of noise in here, maybe I will put it a little bit louder so that I can understand, things will pop out. and you know, because it's like a mess. And the louder you put it, the the more jumbled mess it becomes. It's like, yeah, it's like coming out of the abyss. Really, this is like coming out of the abyss. Seriously, this is like from the pits of hell. Fantastic. This is really good. If you're into this kind of stuff, check this out, because yeah, this is direct connection to, you know, some part of hell, I guess. Now this guy, I bought this fairly recently. I would say like 3 months ago or something like that. So Owen Marks, it's called Teenage Sex Therapist, and it was originally a private press. This is a repress on feeding tube, and sort of kept the private press kind of feel to it. So it's slapped on, you know, covers and all that kind of stuff. And this is a very fun record. The first time I listened to it, I wasn't very impressed. And I think that the reason why I wasn't very impressed is that it is like a post-punk version of Roxy Music. So there's a lot of Roxy Music going on here, in a good way. When I listened to it again, I found it being very fun. And one of the reasons why I tried to listen to this again was that I'm in a group in Facebook called Now Spinning, and this guy is actually posting albums there. He's like, you know, he's posting like really bizarre stuff, and I've asked him, like, is that you? Because he's using his name now. His name is very very unique, but I just wanted to make sure. He said, yeah, that's me. So yeah, I listened to the album again because it was here sort of, and I found it really good. Yeah, it's very enjoyable, really good stuff. Yeah, Owen Marks. It's been reissued like very recently. During my heavy phase where I was listening to Caius and whatnot, I picked up this from the shelves, Church of Misery, Volume 1. Came out with a 7-inch as well. As you can see, it's like, you know, Vertigo shrill and, you know, homage to Black Sabbath and all that. Japanese band obsessed with serial killers and whatnot, and they do this kind of stoner groove metal sound, and the music is amazing. What sort of disappoints me a little bit is the vocals. I think that the only time that I really like the vocals on Church of Misery is in their triple LP, which is like unreleased stuff and outtakes and sessions and things like that. And that one is brilliant. This one is really good. I mean, musically it's fantastic. As I said, the vocals are a little bit and finally I played some Hawkwind. I need to get originals of these because these are just bloody brilliant. These are just, I like Hawkwind. I mean, you know, it's space rock. It is space rock. There's no other band that can claim to be space rock. I mean, yeah, and this is, you know, when they were at the top of their game, really. I mean, first of all, they had Lemmy. That's one thing. I mean, you know, a band with Lemmy is cool in my books. That's one thing. Second thing is, part of the band was a writer, right, and a dancer. So yeah, I mean, you don't get any cooler than that. I mean, yeah, it's just amazing. I've seen them live. Obviously, you know, I was like, what, 10 years ago, something like that. Yeah, the music was still there. I mean, yeah, but the experience, that 70s, you know, out there hippie space thing, yeah, it was just not really there, because that's what I had in my mind when, you know, when I went to see them. Anyway, yeah, just essential stuff. I mean, their first albums are just brilliant. The live album is the absolutely best live album ever, I think, potentially, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, yeah. So that's it. Anyway, I just wanted to come here and share some stuff and just talk about music and show you some of the things that I've been spinning. You know, and if you've come to this point of the video, which is pretty much the end, I could go on with other things, but it's already 25 minutes, so yeah, I won't do that. So anyway, as I said, if you reach this point of the video, you know, this is where, you know, you can like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you disliked it, leave a comment if you can't be bothered, or you know, I respond to comments. I've been slow to respond last week, but yeah, that was because I had technical problems. I wasn't home and whatnot, so you know, I was out and about and whatnot. So yeah, I usually respond, but yeah, if you want to, just leave your comment. You know, subscribe if that's the kind of thing that you're into. Unsubscribe if you think that I'm a complete waste of time, you know, insulted your sensibilities, or you don't agree with me musically or otherwise, or stay subscribed for more of this stuff. I don't know when I'm going to be doing another video. I haven't got stuff coming in the mail. I've shown what new things I've got already. So probably there's going to be another Now Spinning video at some point. Maybe a Now Moving video, who knows, when I actually find boxes to put my records in, because I ordered some boxes and they're too small, so anyway, yeah, exciting times. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. Do what you have to do, and I will see you around.